This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Brooks Running has a new shoe for you runners out there. Did you hear that? Better turn up your volume. In fact, turn it up to the max. Introducing the all-new Ghost Max. It's got all kinds of things to make your knees and ankles feel protected, like Max Cushion, Max Soft Landings with DNA Loft V2 foam, and Max Smooth Rides with their Glide Roll Rocker. Feel better on your run with Ghost Max. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, man, when I tell you guys that Trump supporters are the most toxic fan base, like, ever, bro. I mean, when I sit down and think about it, you know, Taylor Swift, she got some diehard fans. Beyonce, she got some diehard fans. I'm trying to think. Justin Bieber, I feel like at one point in time, he had some diehard fans. Like, especially when we talking like teenage Justin Bieber, the Justin Bieber that was singing Baby, the Justin Bieber, I'm saying like there's a lot of toxic fans out there. But Trump supporters have to be the most toxic fan base of all time. I feel that I can make a joke about Taylor Swift and people will see that it's a joke. I feel that I would do the same thing. I'll even put it to the test. Fam, I will literally put it to the test. I will find something, think of something, of some joke that I can put just so I can see and just compare it, because when I tell you guys that I'll make a video or whatever, a TikTok talking about Trump, fam, Trump supporters eat that content up. Don't see none of my other content, but let me talk about Trump, bro. Oh my God. So anyways, yeah, that just overall for those that, I guess more so for people outside the country, explaining it to them. So, but anyways, at one point in time, we had a leader of the United States. And his name was Donald Trump, all right? He served his 4 years. He wanted more. And the United States, they was like, you know what? We don't want you in office no more. We don't want you in control of our country because you don't know how to control our country. People, that's the one thing about it, is that people will say all these different things that he's done that's good, but they want to leave out all the bad things that he's caused within our country. I'm saying, like, that's one thing, I never really sat down and paid too much attention to his supporters. Like, I did, but it was always at a point in time where it was like, they never did anything to me, so I ain't got nothing. No, I take that back. No, Trump supporters, because I remember when he started running for office, and I'm telling you, like, because I already said, like, he ain't got my vote. I'm not supporting that man. That man was on Home Alone 2. That man has been firing people on television for years. He was on WWE and gave the most, like, just awful clothesline to Vince McMahon. And it was just one of those things where I was like, he just ain't got my support. I'm sorry, I try to be supportive towards people, but Trump, it was like his message, while becoming like president and things, like before like Joe Biden, but like at that time being when Trump had announced that he was running for office, it was just his message and his vibe didn't sit well with me. I was like, nah, bruh, I can't support that. I can't support a man that's blaming Mexican people for like stuff, and it's like, fam, Mexican people ain't even did nothing to you. It's like, what, you probably had like that one Mexican employee that you hired that showed up late. Now you're blaming all Mexicans for what? What my thing is this, what, like, that's a question that I would like to ask Trump if I ever do have that time to ask him that question, is that what has Mexican people or just overall like Hispanic people have done to you personally? What have they done to the point where, hold on, I gotta take my hoodie off real quick, but anyways, what have they done to you to the point where it was like he didn't even want them in the country no more? And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, this man is literally coming out and admitting that he's racist. Because my thing is this, we have had white people act up in our country, we have had black people act up in our country, we have had Asian people, Middle Eastern people. We've had so many different people act up in our country. If that's the case, everybody should leave the country. Because this country, I'm telling you, when people, I'm not going to say that it's everybody, but there are people that has entered this country of all different races and they've cut up, all right? And just for an example, I remember this was back when I was in middle school, and this doesn't have nothing to do with a Hispanic. It was actually a black person walks into a coffee shop, shot and killed, like I think it was like 3-4 police officers. A white man goes into a movie theater. I'm saying you have a white man that'll go into a movie theater, goes into a school, goes any and everywhere, and just starts shooting up random people. And then you had it where the one white guy, he goes up into this, like, it was like a grocery store where primarily black people was shopping there, where he had an assault rifle. I'll never forget that video. He had an assault rifle that had N-word killer on the side of it. And my thing is this, like, at some point in time, that probably would have happened, all right? But I personally feel that Trump, as soon as he started announcing that he was going to run for president and he became president and he had all these messages and all these different things that he wanted to say, especially during the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor riots. I'm saying, like, he had all these different things to say, but it was never something for the people, for his people, but not for all people. Because Trump, he comes off as a person, like, the difference I have to say between Trump and Joe Biden is that Joe Biden, if he doesn't have, like, if there's a group of people that come out and say that they don't support him, Joe Biden he comes off as the type of person that just won't care. He seems like that type of person where it's all like, here, like a group of people booing him. He seems like he'll just laugh, brush it off, go on about his business. But Trump, on the other hand, if he knows that there's a group of people that don't support him, he has to be petty about it. So that's why I'm like, with me, Trump, when it comes down to it, Joe Biden, I'll admit, Joe Biden hasn't really, I don't think there'll be no president in this world that'll be able to fix this country into having it where it's like, people are getting the things that we deserve. It's like when we're living in a country and we're paying for a debt that's not even like ours in the first place. I'm saying, like, there's all these different things that's wrong with this country. And I'm like, fam, me personally, I don't think there's no president just no candidate for being a president. I don't think there's nobody in this world that can help out this country. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And the thing is this, like, with Trump supporters, though, it's like they want to just sit down and just put out this false narrative that Trump, he's gonna make America great again. My thing is this, though, when has America ever been great? Because when you look at all the way at the beginning of time in America, we've been at war. What are we going through right now? We're dealing with wars. So I'm saying, I feel that if anything, wars have we ain't got involved in like other wars in different countries, but at the end of the day, it's like when we have people tragically losing our lives due to people's mental illnesses, and we got all these other different things, you got the homeless people all out in the middle of the streets and stuff. They can't find no, place to stay at because it's like, you have it where apartments and houses and all this stuff, they cost way too much than what a person can probably make in a lifetime. And then you have it where there's people where they're addicted to drugs, and you have it where there's not really a new drug, but a drug that's really been emerging in the scenes, fentanyl. You have all these different things that's going on in the country. Do you honestly think that would be my question to a Trump supporter? Do you think Trump will be able to fix every American person in this country? Like, he would be able to help out every person within this country, a person that was born and raised in this country. Yeah, let's just say the people that are, not from this country, let's just say for some odd reason, they don't get no help. But even excluding them out the picture, I still feel that Trump would not be able to help everybody in this country. Do you think he'd be able to write off a college student's debt? Do you think he'll be able to help a person, like, let's say they go into all these financial issues and they're getting ready to retire? You think he'll be able to help them out? And that's not just one person. That's millions of people. Let me just see how many people are in the U.S. How many people are in the U.S.? Not U.S. military. I didn't even say nothing about no military. I just say U.S. 331.9 million as of 2021. That's just of 2021. 2 years later, it's like, I imagine we probably done got a few more people. And do you honestly think that Trump will be able to help all over 300 million? Let's say, let's round it up. Let's say it's 400 million. Do you think that Trump will be able to help out 400 million people? All of us, by individual numbers. Do you think he'd be able to do that? Because I think if there's any president that we are looking for to run this country, we're looking for that type of president. The president that can help out 400 million people and double that number and triple that number and quadruple that number. Not just to be able to help out, I'm just going to help out my supporters. And then another thing is this. It's crazy how, Trump supporters, they support this man they support this man with everything that they got. They will support this man before they support their best friend, before they support their family, before they support their significant others, before they support their kids. They will literally go to a Capitol, raid it, put their lives in danger, put other people's lives in danger, don't care about nobody else in the world, because I guarantee and I promise you, there's people that raided that Capitol that most likely have kids. Do you think any of the people that was at that Capitol when they was raiding it, do you think that if they had kids, do you think they were thinking about their kids at that point in time being? Because I know there will be people out there that be all like, yeah, I want my kids to live in a better country. So you think by putting yourself in a situation where, because my thing is this, when we're talking about an elementary kid, they don't know about all that president stuff in politics and all that stuff. All that kid knows is Santa Claus, whatever on TV, and their family. All right. Now, do you think that girl that was that got shot and killed at the Capitol, the one she was trying to climb up some homemade barricade that them special agents had to build, she climbs up on this barricade, you got one of them Secret Service guys then shot and killed her. Do you think how if she has kids, where do you think they're at mentally? Because how I would look in a situation like that, I'm like, Trump done got my parents killed because they want to go out and raid. And I know people, and the funny thing is, it's people will turn around and blame them individuals. But I'm like, fam, all those people that were there, what were they? Trump supporters. So that's why I'm like, it really trips me out, how just so blind. And then it's funny, that's the one conversation that I always love having with people is a former Trump supporter. When they see how that man got in office, and that's somebody that's still, in this reality. They're not in this made up reality that Trump done. Because that's the one thing that I've always have picked up about politics is that a politician, somebody that's running for office, somebody that's running to be president and stuff, they go on TV, put out this false narrative that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to fix this, we're going to end this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And then you just see more problems on top of more problems on top of more problems. And that's the one thing. That's why I'm like, I never really get into politics, because it's and not even just doing this podcast episode, I feel like what I'm saying ain't really all that valid, because I'm not really a political person. If you truly ask me, I do not care about politics. All right. And because at the end of the day, it's I feel that a lot of politicians, there's probably some good politicians, in office and just in that whole environment and stuff. I'm not going to say all of them are bad, but I just know that all of them won't be able to fix this country unless they got some freaking Tom Brady Patriots game plan where this we talking Tom Brady that was winning Super Bowls. If we got a game plan like that, but it can fix this whole country, then that's when I'll believe him. I'll believe him when I start seeing some stuff. But my thing is this: if I go to downtown Seattle, right, and I'm seeing a mom and her kids, and they're asking people for money, you got the mom crying, you got the kids confused, you got all that stuff going on. My thing is this: start there. Just start with that right there. But it's like having it where it's like, oh, since I don't get it my way, since I'm gonna be, pretty much like pushed out of office and things, let me tell some of my supporters to go instead of, because my thing is this: you're so worried about not being in office, yet you wasn't even thinking about the people. You wasn't even thinking about your own people. And that's what trips me out, is that this man, it would literally be like if it was like some civil war, right? You have Trump supporters and you have the rest of America, right? I feel like, it's definitely going to be a crazy situation or something like that where they ever happen. But anyways, Trump would be that type of person where he's like, I want you guys to fight for me regardless. You'll be promised all these riches. You'll be promised all these different things. But I feel like it comes with a consequence. I feel like it comes with something that person wasn't even thinking of in the first place, because they're looking at it as like, I'm getting all these riches. I'm getting all these different things. Trump's going to give me this. Trump's going to give me that. Honestly, though, my thing is this: to any Trump supporter out there, what has he done for you personally? Like that's something I'm like, has Trump, because my thing is this, for the most part, I try, like, just speaking on me as a content creator, if I ever come across, if me and my fans, if we're ever having a conversation and they, we're just casually talking, or if it's just on some stuff, regardless of the situation, my thing is this: I try my hardest to entertain my fans, but I don't want to put my fans in no situation. Even the times when I've been through content creating battles, I don't want my fans to go through no stuff, because I wouldn't want them to get hurt. I wouldn't want them to go through, no stuff where it's like it mentally, dealing with some harassment, dealing with some cyberbullying and things. I wouldn't want them to go through that. Trump, on the other hand, I'm not overall saying, my thing is this: at the end of the day, if Trump supporters want to continue supporting Trump, you go right ahead and support Trump. But stop trying to convince other people to start supporting Trump. If my thing is this man had, what was it? He started talking about that office stuff like in 2015, 2016. That man had all the way back then, all the way up until now, to convince me, to convince others, to convince so many different people across this world. What the crazy thing about it, it's like, it was even some dumb stuff that he was worried about. And I'm not really dumb, but it was just something where it's like, there's so many other different things that you could have really put your time and energy into. Instead, you was worried about Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem. Meanwhile, there's people addicted to drugs. There's gun violence. There's all these other different things that's going on in the world. And you was worried about a football player kneeling during the national anthem. What damage is that doing to America? What damage is that doing? Because that's not only him. That's so many other people that live within this country. Even people that live outside the country that feel the same way as Colin Kaepernick does. So my thing is this. What is your priorities when getting in the office? Because I just see a lot of corruption. That's all that I see. I don't see no work. I don't see no, okay, my thing is this, because that's something that I've paid attention to amongst the content creating community, where it's like, if a content creator, if they go through some stuff, they do little things here and there to gain their fans' attention. Afterwards, right back to doing some. That's if they are one of those toxic content creators, but they go right back to the same business that they were on prior, before they got caught up in some cancel culture environment. They go right back to doing what they were doing. They do a little apology, do a little video where they're giving a small little child an Xbox, giving some random, person that might even be a hired actor or something. I don't know. But overall, yeah, they'll do some little things where it's all like, oh, give this random person $1,000 or something. Let me do this. Go right back to being toxic. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's like, if that person came and helped themselves, and then you up the antics, you up like the situation, you put somebody in office, you put them in that political power or just that politician environment, what makes that person any different than some YouTuber with 1 million subscribers? And it's only for, and the thing is this, and then if they have a strong fan base, it's like they can say that, like, and that's one thing that I paid attention. Another thing that I paid attention to content creating is that a person can say something on the internet and it just gets echoed all throughout the internet. So I can go out on the internet right now and say that Coca-Cola is a bad drink. Stop drinking Coca-Cola. If I have 100 million subscribers, oh bruh, Coca-Cola, like, honestly, it'll probably be on some stuff where Coca-Cola would try to sue me. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like when you got somebody, then somebody with that, and that's something that I've said about Trump. It's like if it wasn't for the media attention that he was gaining, this man would not be in office. This man wouldn't even be in that conversation. People would literally look at him and be like, okay, cool. Nice story. I'm like, all right, anyways, moving on. But because this man and this, I feel like me personally, you know, because at the time being, I always thought like, what made this man? He just woke up one morning and he was like, I wanted to be president. I honestly, what I truly do believe is that this man, he already knew what he wanted to do. Like his angle of being president, that started a long time ago, and he was just waiting for the right moment. This man built his name up, all right? This man built his social media following up. This man marketed himself literally all across the world, bro. All across the world. I'm saying because it still to this day, I don't even get why this man was in the WWE. That was somewhere it was like, but it was for the name. When the thing is this, when you got to understand one thing about media attention is that the main thing that's being paid attention to in the media is the name. This man built his name up, marketed himself literally all over, gained the most amount of fans because yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of Trump supporters are WWE fans. I'm pretty sure a lot of Trump supporters are fans of the previous TV shows and all the other stuff that he had going on prior before his, you know, office runs and all this other stuff. But this man marketed himself, and then 2015, 2016, he was like, this is the perfect time. Peak internet, bro. Peak social media. Peak all of this stuff, right? This is the perfect time to announce that I'm going to run for being president and stuff. And now look, this man got millions of followers, literally all across the world, supporting this man, being toxic on the internet. Let somebody, and that's something where I was like, and that's how I just knew that, like, yeah, Trump, just that environment, just that type of, you know, energy that he pushes off. I remember when he very first started talking on all that stuff, and I was voicing out my opinion. I was like, I do not support Trump, and I will not support Trump. He will not get my vote, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, there's a Trump supporter. This guy, when I tell you guys, this man was harassing me. This man was man, woman, whoever. I don't know. But anyways, this person, all right, anytime when I would post on social media, anytime when I would, post a YouTube video, anytime when I was just putting my name out there, building up my name and all that stuff, not saying I'm going to run for office when I hit like 60, 70 years old, but I'm just building my name up so I actually can do something productive with my life, right? But so anyways, just doing what I'm doing, building my name up. This guy is in my comment sections, on my social media accounts, talking about, no, you're going to support Trump. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. I'm like, how? How am I going to support Trump? My thing is this. I will leave this world and still not support Trump. So, like, what are you overall gaining? Because the thing is this. Regardless if it's a situation where, okay, fine, I support Trump. Do I mean it? No. I leave this world and then I still don't support Trump. What's the message? And that's honestly what I think what a lot of Trump supporters, what they think. It's like, we got to get rid of every non-Trump supporter until this country or world is just filled with nothing but Trump supporters. So that's how I honestly look at Trump and his supporters, where it's like, you're either with us or against us. And I guarantee and I promise you, it's going to be a situation where things get, I personally feel that, you know, even if Trump is not like in office, like let's say, you know, with all this stuff that's going on with him right now, and let's say, yeah, he goes to a federal prison, or he you know, it's just some stuff goes down, right? I just feel that he's just going to get into another Republican's ear. And then it's like, then that's going to most likely be the situation where it's like he just gets into another Republican's ear, start telling them what to do and saying all that stuff. And then that's what, like, people are just going to look at that person. It's just, oh, that's just another Donald Trump. That's the conversation. This man, but the thing is this, even if he doesn't get a second term, he still won. He's still got in people's heads. He's still, you know, he's in that. He's pretty much like the boss of corruption, because I feel like that there are so many, you know, politicians and, like, you know, just in that conversation where they got some corruption going on, where it's like Trump knows about that stuff. He could use that stuff against them. I'm saying at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you know, even though he ain't in office, I still feel like in a way he won. All right, because his name is still being brought up today. Like, look, and then it's like when you look at like somebody like even when Barack Obama, when he was in office, yeah, he was getting media attention, but I feel like he was just getting media attention because that's what came with the job. He knew that people hadn't really sat down and done stuff like that before, and if they did, I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, it's like when you look at somebody like him, that man was calm, cool, and collected when he was going about his business. Even when he was leaving office, he was calm, cool, and collected. Trump, on the other hand, throwing a tantrum. I'm saying at the end of the day, it's like, if that's the type of person that you want to support, you're literally, I feel like if Trump were to do one of those like mental age test things, it'll show like where he's at. It's either he's too young mentally, he's too young to be in office, or mentally he's too old to be in office. But the thing is this though, he has gotten in people's heads, and regardless of the situation, wherever he's at, he still won. That's how I view it. And that's sad to say that, but that's facts. All right. So, but anyways, I guess if I did have like any final few words to say to Trump and his supporters, bro, just leave me alone. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I just want to mind my own business. At the end of the day, I don't even know why I even did this podcast episode, but yeah, I'm like, that's how I honestly feel about a lot of stuff, especially just in that Trump conversation and things. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. Make sure you also like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.